Hi, this is Farel, and this is day 2 of the painting with fluid acrylics. I'm working on this robot Todd. Here's the start of it. This is what I did yesterday, and this is what I started with yesterday. But this is what we ended up with, or what we began with today, ended up with yesterday, began with today. So yeah, these are the fluid acrylics by Golden, and yeah, I haven't used them very much, and it's just like a little metal palette, and I'm using just I think just like my brushes that I use for watercolors, the Kolinsky hair brushes, and they're pretty small brushes too, and this piece is pretty small. It's on Masonite, and yeah, here I slowed the time lapse down a lot, just because I think when I assembled the video, it was like a minute long, so I'm gonna try to pad everything out here. And once again, you get my wild hair in the frame. I can't believe I keep doing that. One of these days I'll figure out how to place the camera. So I need to kind of have my face close to the thing I'm working on, because I'm old and need glasses, obviously. But yeah, I have good eyesight if I can get really close in. But yeah, here I'm just kind of going over with some washes with the yellow. And these are, like I said in the last video, these are acrylic paints, but they're really watery, like less gel-like. Other acrylics I've worked with are more like come in the tube and you squeeze them out. These are like little bottles that you kind of squirt onto whatever palette you're using, and or you can just squirt it right onto your painting. I don't know how you work, but I usually use a palette, and yeah, I'm mixing gesso. I ran out of white paint, so I just was using gesso, mixing with different colors to get lighter shades and highlights and that sort of thing. I mixed Payne's gray in with the gesso to get some shadows and folds the fabric and the white part of his outfit, and also to get the kind of highlights and shadows and stuff around on his face, which is like supposed to be some sort of metallic surface. So I wanted to have like a little shine where his cheekbones and sort of like where his nose would be if he had a nose, and the top of his head. Obviously, like I draw and paint a lot with the idea that, without really thinking about it most of the time, that there's an overhead light source or some sort of light that's in front of the, kind of above and in front of the person or object or character or whatever that I'm working on. Maybe it just makes things easier for me, like, okay, there's the bottom of his foot is going to be probably the darkest thing. Underneath his head, like his neck, like where the collar of his shirt is, the sleeves, all that stuff, like around the eyes, the top part of the eyes especially, and the anything that's kind of gonna cast a shadow. It's like, oh, I can just use straight Payne's gray, or mix the Payne's gray with burnt umber, and you get kind of more of a black, like a muddy sort of gray black. So yeah, there's pretty much the finish. I think I worked on a little more after this, but this is a painting my buddy Gabriel did, and I did the drawing part and he did the painting part, and I think he used some glow-in-the-dark paint there too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So all right, so that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and check out my Patreon if you like. It's Farel Dow or Farel Dalrymple. I'm not sure. I think my Instagram's Farel Dow, but I don't remember what Patreon is. But it'll be in the description. It'll be like the first thing if you look at the description part. But yeah, see you in some amount of hours.